Nepal, a landlocked nation nestled in the Himalayas, is no stranger to the fury of the monsoon season. Every year from June to September, torrential rains sweep across the country, often triggering floods and landslides. However, the 2024 monsoon season has unleashed unprecedented devastation, leaving a trail of destruction and despair in its wake. The heavy rains began in early June, rapidly saturating the ground and causing rivers and streams to overflow. By mid-July, vast swathes of land were inundated and landslides ripped through hillsides, engulfing homes and villages. The scale of the disaster quickly overwhelmed the nation's resources, leaving countless people stranded and in desperate need of aid. The situation has been particularly dire in the eastern and central districts of Nepal, where the heaviest rainfall has been recorded. Sindhupalchok, a district still reeling from the devastating earthquake of 2015, has been among the worst hit. The Malamchi water supply project, a lifeline for Kathmandu's water supply, has also suffered extensive damage, further compounding the crisis.
As the rain continued relentlessly, the death toll steadily climbed. The floods and landslides have claimed the lives of hundreds, with many still reported missing. The true extent of the human cost is still unfolding, as rescue workers struggle to reach remote areas cut off by the disaster. The disaster has displaced thousands, forcing them to seek refuge in makeshift shelters, often with limited access to food, clean water, and sanitation. The risk of waterborne diseases, such as cholera and typhoid, is a growing concern, particularly in overcrowded shelters where hygiene conditions are poor. The floods and landslides have also wreaked havoc on Nepal's infrastructure. Roads and bridges have been washed away, cutting off access to remote communities and hampering relief efforts. Communication lines have been disrupted, making it challenging to coordinate rescue operations and assess the full extent of the damage.
In the face of this calamity, the Nepali people have shown extraordinary resilience and courage. Local communities have been at the forefront of rescue and relief efforts, using whatever resources they have to help their neighbors in need. The Nepal Army, police and other security personnel have been deployed to assist with search and rescue operations, often working tirelessly in treacherous conditions. The government has set up relief camps and is distributing essential supplies to those who have been displaced.
However, the scale of the disaster has stretched the government's resources to the limit. There have been criticisms of the government's response, with some accusing the authorities of being ill-prepared and slow to react to the crisis. Others have pointed to the lack of investment in disaster preparedness and the failure to implement early warning systems.
The emergency response teams are doing their best under extremely difficult circumstances. We are working around the clock to reach those in need and provide the necessary assistance. The challenges are immense, but we remain committed to helping our fellow citizens.
Even as the rains begin to subside, the full scale of the challenge facing Nepal is becoming apparent. Rebuilding homes, infrastructure, and livelihoods will require a sustained and coordinated effort.
The immediate priority is to provide food, clean water, shelter, and medical care to those affected by the disaster.
The risk of disease outbreaks remains high, and ensuring access to sanitation and hygiene facilities is crucial to preventing further suffering.
Rebuilding damaged infrastructure will be a monumental task. Roads, bridges, and communication networks need to be repaired or replaced to restore access to remote areas and facilitate the delivery of aid.
The reconstruction of homes, schools, and health facilities will be essential to helping communities rebuild their lives. The international community has responded to Nepal's plight with pledges of aid and support. Neighboring countries, including India and China, have sent relief materials and personnel to assist with rescue and relief efforts.
International aid organizations such as the Red Cross and UNICEF are working on the ground, providing essential supplies and services to those in need.
The United Nations has launched an appeal for emergency funds to support the humanitarian response.
This disaster serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of Nepal and other mountainous countries to the impacts of climate change. As global temperatures rise, extreme weather events such as intense rainfall and landslides are becoming more frequent and severe.
The international community must work together to address the root causes of climate change and support vulnerable countries in building resilience to its devastating effects.
Investing in disaster preparedness, early warning systems, and climate-resilient infrastructure will be crucial to mitigating the impact of future disasters.